Hey folks, AJ the CEO here, and we got ourselves another PTZ that's in the sub $1,000 genre. This one is by Prisual. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. They just sent me this one. It is a 20X PTZ. We got it over here on the overhead camera. Let's open it up, see what's inside, all that other good stuff to see is it a good option to add to your AV ministry or just as another PTZ camera that you can possibly use. So let's go. Alrighty, folks, let's go ahead and open it up here and let's see what's inside. And I need to make sure I stay inside of my shot here. But pretty much a lot of these are pretty much going the same. Let's just see. I mean, most of the stuff, obviously, let me guess. We're going to have a power cable, a RS-232 cable, a mount, maybe, a remote. Let's see. All right, so there's the camera in a similar form factor that we're familiar with. Let's get this in focus and let's zoom in a little bit. All right, so we have our RS-232 in and out, good, power button, DC 12 volt, external. I've never actually used this. I guess I should try to see what this does. We have our connector, our dip switch, or not dip switch, or our dip dial, I don't know what it's called. So we can set it, I think it should be set the menu. So we set the resolution, we'll look through that to confirm that. HDMI out, SDI out, line in, CVBS, Vacation Bible School, I don't know, Christian Vacation Bible School, maybe that's what it stands for. Ethernet, and that's about it. We got our mounts here on the bottom. And yeah, pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and take the little cushion out of here. Let's zoom out. Got our lens cap here. Let's set this aside. Again, I want to thank Prisual. Sorry if I'm again pronouncing that wrong. Thank you so much for sending this out to me to check it out. So again, also I didn't say this, but they are seeing this the exact same time y'all are. They're not getting anything early or nothing. So, all right, we got some screws for the mount. Looks like this is just a flathead to help set that dial in the back here, which honestly I've never had to set, but it's good the fact that they actually include something like that. Set that over there so it doesn't fall. And let's see, my bet. There's our RS-232 cable, and there's our remote. How did I know? Set that over there. And see, I like the ones that come with a mount because sometimes when you have to get these separately, these mounts, they're selling on Amazon between $29 up to $100. So the fact that it comes in and it's still a sub $1,000 and it comes with a mount, which is really good. And this one, honestly, I think is sub 800 or actually maybe even sub 750, which is also very, very good. Then there's a power cable and some silica. Don't eat that, kids. Get that out of there. And that is it. Well, let's see if there's anything else in there. Nope, that's it. So this does not come with a ceiling mount. So if you wanted to put this flat up against the ceiling or somewhere, this mount is not, oh, I guess you possibly could screw it in this way and then mount it, but then you would have this bottom part just sticking out. But it's good that they actually include it. I do like that. So let's go ahead and hook it up to our ATEM. Do I have an extra connection? I think I do. Well, let's first test, is it PoE? I got a connection right here. Let me make sure. Let me give them the benefit of the doubt. I do have another connection here that is to my PoE phone here. Let's see if this one is PoE. And again, I like PoE because it just makes it easy, especially if you pair it with a IP controller, which I do have another one that I'll be able to pair with that. And this one looks like it is not. Oh, there we go. Now that's different. And actually, let's turn this off. Did I make that mistake and I didn't have it on? Now it could be, I have two switches over here. One is PoE, one is not. That's why I was changing it. So that's most likely going to my switch that does not have PoE. And this one is, because it's going to my phone. All right, so that's good. That works. Let's now get a cable and let's connect it to our ATEM. All right, there we go. What jack do I have available? 8, 7, 6. All right, we got a jack available there. And I'm going to change my super source to now be this camera, which we do. And there we go. Let me actually sit down so you can see me. All right, so obviously I am pairing this with a ATEM Mini Extreme ISO. So let me actually switch this over to my computer and let's cut over here. All right, so I'm on my desktop and let's switch back to this mic here. And what we're going to do now is see if we can find that camera. So I like to use the advanced IP scanner, and it looks like there's an update. I'll do that later. And honestly, this probably would have been easier if I just looked on my my network switch, but there it is right there. So that's 104. So let's open up a browser and let's check it out. 192.168.0.104, which tells me also, because of that IP address, its DHCP is defaultly set. And that's why it's got that. So let's go to default password, admin password. All right, let's try admin. And there we go. And actually, this one has NDI built into it. So let's go check it out. Network. Yep, it is on DHCP, which is cool. All of our settings are the same. Flip, mirror, all that good stuff. Audio. Don't really care if it's on. I don't use it. I don't think I've ever used the audio in on any of these. Now I don't know why that's frozen like that. That was strange. It froze on, but oh well. We did audio system, where we can change the password, network, NDI config. Boom, there we go. So if that's the case, and this one does have NDI, let's go ahead and minimize this, and let's go ahead and open up my studio monitor. This is with NDI Tools 5. And this is what I normally use. Well, I will no longer be using, because on my Q&A, so I can actually read. I actually got a bigger monitor that's right here in front of me, so I can actually read that. But let's right click, and there's the camera. Boom, there we go. And awesome. that we can have this paired, and then we don't necessarily have to do anything. Now, let me bring up OBS and let's see. And again, I've never done an all NDI type of install. I'm kind of old fashioned. I like to have stuff wired, but sometimes there's a need for people to do that. So let's go to NDI source, Prisual, PTZ, and let's find it. And there it is. Allow hardware acceleration. There we go. Awesome. So let's see what the performance is. I'm gonna clap and let's see how it shows up. So about a half a second behind. Not bad. Let me turn this mic off. I guess I should have turned that off so I don't have that. My editing is going to be real fun to try and edit that. Cool. So let me grab the other PTZ controller that I got, and let's go through the process of getting that set up. Alrighty, so we got ourselves another joystick here, and it's interesting. A lot of this stuff comes in similar boxes. All right, so we're gonna hook it up with this one, and let me go back to my overhead and we can check that out. All right, so I need to hook this up so I can get some power to hook this up. And again, most likely this is going to have Visco over IP, on VIF or something like that. We can check all of those settings back under the joystick menu. But let me plug this up real quick and let's see about getting some power to get all this stuff working. Alrighty, so this is a LeftTech IP controller. A lot of people have wanted me to do a review on this, so be on the lookout for this one. I'm actually probably going to do it right after that. All right, so this is not set up at all on the network. So let's get an IP address first to this, and then let's see about getting that set up. Menu. Oh, a much nicer screen. I like that. All right, so this is actually already set up to DHCP as well too. All right, cool. Let's do a search. And we know this is 104. Oh, that's strange. It's actually showing my Synology NAS. I don't know why that would show up, but why is that 183? What is that? All right, so that's super strange. 83 is my printer. So I don't know why in the world that is showing up. But let's go ahead and manually add this. So that's 192.168.0.104. Now the port number, let me log back into the camera. All right, so TCP is 5678. All right, username is admin. Same thing for the password. Protocol, let's see. Well, see, that's on VIF. Oh, actually, on VIF protocol was actually off. So let's actually come out of this. And I know you can't see this because it's the light on here, how I'm setting this up. Let's slide this over a bit. And again, you still can't see it because it's just so faint. So my apologies for that. All right, we're going to do a reboot now that on VIF is actually on. And there's the restart there. Now, let me see if I can zoom in so you can see what's going on. Now, let's search again. Still not showing. All right, let's go back through the process and let's manually add it. So that's 192.168.0.104. The port, let's try 5678. And username admin, password admin, and protocol is on VIF. Let's save, and now all right, there we go. All right, that's camera 1. So let's do camera 1. Just trying to connect. Not connecting. So most likely, all right, connection failed. So let's go back here and let's try the different port. Let's edit. Oop. I guess I need to select one before I edit. All right, so let's try the other port number, which is 80. Now let's try that again. Camera 1. There we go. And that's cool. It actually has a shot of the actual camera. So that's really slick. So in here, hi everybody. That's cool. I like that. Now I'm wondering, trying to do, oh, actually it does have a set pattern and stuff like that. It's just not a quick list to show jump to the camera. Okay. But again, be on the lookout for this other joystick. But let's do this again. We're going to set a preset. Let's call this preset number 5. Let's zoom in. Let's change that zoom speed. Let me get there to my ear. And let's set that to number 6. And now let's call number 5. Boom. There we go. And then we'll call number 6. Awesome. So let me switch out the camera here. All right. So now you're seeing my out of focus head. All right. So we got a button press to zoom out. And if we do that, let's set this again to preset number 1. So now if we call 5, I'm just going to press 5 and see if that responds. No, it doesn't. So call 5, enter. Call 6. Okay, that's that. Call 5. Okay, and then call 1. Slight movement. I guess 5 and 1 were the same thing. I didn't realize that. But Hey, really cool. Now let's go ahead and see what that USB actually does. So let's see what happens when we plug this up to a computer over USB. And I'm actually going to plug this into my main computer so that way I can sit down instead of this camera here. Now again, I like the NDI function, even though I mainly don't use it for that. But if running cables and stuff like that and you're using OBS or vMix or any other program that supports NDI natively, and more importantly, you have something that actually I said I was going to plug it into the other system, and I plugged it right into my streaming system. But more importantly for NDI, one thing for NDI, you need to have control over your network. That's one thing that I personally, the reason why I don't use NDI that much. I do use it here in my studio because I'm in control of all this stuff, and it's not, I don't have to worry about somebody coming in here and live streaming or tanking my connection. So let's cut back over here. And let's see how this shows up. So let's cut back over to my screen here. And we're back here on OBS. And let's see if this shows up as the input. So that was the NDI one. Let's go ahead and add another camera here. All right, and nothing is showing up over that USB. So maybe the USB is only for maintenance. If I go here to my computer, that USB doesn't show up. So I'm not exactly sure. Maybe that USB connection is only for like firmware updates or something like that. Hey, let's look at the manual, AJ, and let's see what it says. All right, so I looked through the manual. I didn't see anything for exactly how to utilize the USB, but let me hook up a thumb drive just to see what it could do. All right, so we got a thumb drive hooked up to it. And let's see. Let's go back into the actual camera. And let's go to home. Let's move it over just a little bit. And I really think it's mainly just for firmware updates or something. I mean, because there's absolutely no setting in here. I don't see any native functionality for recording that, but oh well. Again, I like it. I mean, it's just like the other ones that we've used, and then it just gives you another option. So if you are ever looking to get a camera, and maybe one of the ones that you may have not looked at before, I mean, the ones that you might hear a lot of people talking about, they're not available. This one looks like it's a good option. I mean, I've been plugged into the ATEM, and it's been working perfectly fine. It's not like it goes out or nothing, but then also it has the benefit of having NDI built into it. So I don't necessarily have to have this plugged in. I can have this kind of paired with vMix or anything like that. So that's really cool. And I'm always about liking extra options. I don't like only going down one path. So even as much as I talk about certain type of hardware, I am open-minded to trying other stuff first. I personally will try it first before I recommend it. So what I can, well, let me give you an inside scoop. Before they even sent this to me, I have used one of these cameras before. This is the type of camera that I installed at Reconciliation Church of God in Christ. So I'm happy with installing that. I've messed with it before. I bought it on my own dime, and it was really cool. But they sent me this one to test out. And again, glad to know that I used this before this, so I will actually stand by the fact that this is actually a good product and it's a good option. And the fact that it includes NDI, which is the most of the other PTZs that I have, did not include NDI functionality. But guess what? This one does. So if you don't want to run SDI cables and you don't want to run a HDMI cable or something like that, and you're using OBS and vMix and you have control over your network, that's the main thing. You can get away with just getting one of these things and just putting it up and just having only an Ethernet cable, and that's all you have to worry about. So that's what I do like, stuff like this. It makes installation very, very simple. And then you can pair it with a wired joystick or an IP one similar to what I have. And hey, I'm really liking this. And you never know, this one actually might show up at a ministry. Yeah, never know. But again, thank you so much. Prisual. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. I'm just going through all the pronunciations. So, but thank you so much for sending that out to me. Link is down below if you want to get your hands on one of these. Just not a 20X PTZ. It also has NDI functionality as well and PoE. So if you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ, and we will catch you on the next video. Later.